put down. Hey, shalom, shalom, Akim.
We good, we good, we good.
That's what happens. Hey, shalom, Yasha Allah. First and foremost, we're going to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakabash. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Greatmillstone, the men that taught us this truth through the Spirit. Peace and blessings to the rest of the believers that scattered abroad. All right, brothers, we're the brothers of Greatmillstone. This is an after camp lesson, various topics. We're just going in the Spirit, you know, touching on prophecies, current events, and the good news. One of the things the brothers was building on is how in the schools they're teaching the kids about self-pleasure, all right, as young as public schools. So that's kindergarten all the way to 6th grade, all right, which is just pure evil, all right. You ain't supposed to be teaching children about self-pleasure, just like, right, it's the first word to the Most High. So we're going to start off with Ecclesiastes chapter 30, verse 1. He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end. So what is the purpose of making your child often feel the rod? The rod stands for correction. So you're supposed to constantly correct your child, guide your child, counsel your child in the ways of the Most High and His Son, according to the Lord's statutes and commandments. Not according to the way of society, the way of this world, which teaches them Christmas, Thanksgiving, right? 4th of July, Easter, right? Birthdays and holidays, or even self-pleasure, right? You're supposed to teach them the Lord's statutes and commandments and the words of the Most High. So it says, you may have joy in the end, because when your child finally grows up to become an adult, they're going to continue in the ways that they was raised in, right? God willing, of course. So it says, he that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and he shall rejoice of him among his acquaintances. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, right? And before his friends he shall rejoice in him. So you grieve the enemy, which is the so-called white man, the so-called white race, also known as Edom, Esau, Edom, because you're teaching him to not be in agreement with his enemy. You're teaching him not to compromise yourself or start believing in the ways of the world and society as its reality, right? You grieve with the enemy because you're teaching him his nationality, teaching him or her their nationality. You're teaching them the Lord's statutes and commandments, and you're teaching them the names of their true powers, right? And Esau hates when our people come back to this Bible. And I ain't talking about through the way of plantation Christianity or Jehovah's Witness or Methodist or Baptist, right? Or Mormonism. I'm talking about the Lord's statutes, commandments, right? And the faith of the Messiah, right? You say Isaiah 8:20, the Lord into the testimonies that they speak according to the word, that is because there is no light in them, right? So Esau hates the men that have this light, right? That was it on that.
I got some.
Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy 4, verse 10. What you're supposed to teach your children. All right. See, when you're dealing with the school systems, they have no problem with separating your children from the Most High.
Right.
Your job, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, you're supposed to bring your children closer to God. But you like Esau teach your children, what's he going to do? He's going to corrupt them, man. Right. The whole purpose is that for them to accuse you to the Most High. Right. So that what? You can continue in his low position and his kingdom will go down. Right. So it's Deuteronomy 4, verse 10. Shit, is your phone.
Oh, shit.
I'll let it blue letter.
Yeah, it's good.
Right. This is Deuteronomy 4, verse 14. It says, especially the day that I stoodest before the Lord, that power in God in Horeb, which is also Mount Sinai. when the Lord said unto me, gather me the people together, and I'll make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me.
Right.
See, it's better if your kids don't even know how to fucking read. Even though the scripture say, blessed is him that readeth, but it's better he don't know how to read and fear the Lord than he know all the madness of this world. Because when you go to school, it's going to teach you to be corrupt.
Yeah.
So it says, gather me the people together. And the people that's gathering, all right, the gathering, all right, is talking about the Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Right.
And I'll make them hear my words that they may learn to fear me. That's what you're supposed to learn. The Most High don't need you to be a mathematician. He don't need you to be a geologist, a rocket scientist. No. Even Most High don't give a fuck about all that shit. Because he could teach you that shit without ever even touching foot in the school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all about doing what was right in his eyes.
Right.
So it says, gather.
If I can say one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
You gotta keep in mind, in the ancient world, a lot of the men were preoccupied with their occupation.
That's right.
You know, the different trades that they knew. So a lot of them guys didn't know how to read.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ones who were mainly into the reading were the priests,
scribes,
the scribes and the Pharisees.
Mm-hmm.
The men who studied the law. And the whole purpose of Sabbath day, keeping the Sabbath holy, and teaching in the synagogues, they teach the law. They teach the word of the Most High. Right? So the average Jake wasn't he was pretty much illiterate, man. He's pretty much illiterate, and they work with their hands. Might have had a butcher, might have had a blacksmith, might have had a carpenter, might have had fishermen, you know, doing the things of their trade to take care of their families, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you know, but they were the law was being reiterated every week unto them.
That's right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They show you. I don't know if your brother's ever seen it. It's a show called Vikings.
Oh yeah,
it's on
yeah.
Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. And in that show, when I think it was Richard or Edward that became king, right? He decreed that the people learn Latin so they could be able to read the Bible, because at that time only the priests read the Bible because it was Latin. They speak Latin. Everybody didn't speak Latin. Only the priests spoke Latin. So he decreed, and that's when they fucking ate him, because he was like, you know, the hell you doing? Only we supposed to be teaching the Bible. But he said everybody can learn the Bible because everybody's going to learn Latin. So that's a valid point that the elder got it, bro.
It says, I'll make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that is shall upon the earth, and that they may teach their children.
Mm-hmm.
Who's supposed to teach your children? You are.
The parents.
You're supposed to teach your children. You're not supposed to teach your children and put them in the hands, especially the hands of the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Say again? And heathen. You notice you won't. A Moabite ain't gonna leave his children for a group of black people to teach them. A white person ain't gonna come like you hear that all the teachers is black and okay, teach my children. It don't work like that, man. All these other nations know, but the reason they set the system up is so that you can control what you learn. Once they control what you learn, they control how you view reality. Because we all was grown up in this world and we all learned to be corrupt.
Right.
So we came into the truth. To see the true perspective, which is the Most High's word, which teaches you how to be righteous. Remember, the so-called white man is the devil. His job is to what? Like it says in Revelation 20, to what? Deceive the whole world.
Right.
Also, Revelation 6, it says, given to him a great sword that he should take peace from the earth.
Yeah.
So his job is to corrupt, is to confuse you, so that you never realign. Because once you realign with the Most High, what happens? The Most High delivers from this captivity. His job is to try to keep you in this captivity indefinitely, man.
Because as far as possible for the Most High possibly do.
That's right.
I got
Almost to no return. I said
Almost to the point, like your brother said, almost to the point of no return.
Yeah, I said real quick, you know, because we under these curses.
right.
Right? This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eye shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
And that happened throughout our history, but we dealing with here. Because we went to different captivities. When our children take away. This is the curse. This is what you said, Deuteronomy.
Yep. Deuteronomy 28, 32.
Now we're dealing with this captivity right now. You got a lot about people. Probably was it like two white people and the white girl. There's a little white girl, a Jake kid, and two white a male.
Oh,
he was like, he kidnapped them. We said some just joking around, but we know what it was.
Yeah.
He was adopted.
Yeah, correct.
But that's what the scripture's talking about.
Yep.
All right, your kids is taken away from you, and look, they being adopted by the enemy. What perspective he's gonna grow up looking at?
Yeah.
He's not gonna identify with us. He's not gonna identify with us. He's gonna identify with so-called white people. He's gonna have that same corrupt way of
They already indoctrinated them on how to think, how to hold, basically how they think, how they want others to think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You control the thing, you control the steps a person's gonna make.
Correct. But hey, well, we see that with because the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel experienced these curses. That's how we know who the 12 tribes actually are.
Right.
You would have had your naysayers like vocab and a lot of these Christian, these guys who are into the Roman Catholic faith and Christianity and certain philosophers, theologists or what have you, that's going to come against they call the one West Israelite groups, okay? Because we got the truth. We've proven it through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that according to the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, pursuant to these curses, that it only befell on these certain people, man.
On the tribes.
On these certain tribes, all right? Which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Yeah.
All right? Now, the point I'm getting at with this scripture, and I'm going to read it again, Deuteronomy 28 and 32, it says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Now, we know the so-called black man has experienced that in slavery here in this country.
That's right.
All right? When they came over here on this side of the world, and families were being broken up and being sold on auctioning blocks. The slaves could do whatever they wanted. I mean, the slave masters could do whatever they wanted with the slaves at their own free will.
Yeah.
Right? To sell totally break families apart, sell the kids over to another plantation, all the way in another state, or what have you. Because we were basically property.
Right.
Okay? But the same thing applies systematically today. Even with the Native Americans, right? With the North American Indians, with them going into these boarding schools, right? Going into these boarding schools to learn the so-called white man's ways, and then try to indoctrinate that back into the reservation. Because once the old chiefs and all of them was up in age and dying out, they pretty much sold. They pretty much the whole they some of them, of course, fought to the end and stuck to their principles and their ways, but a lot of them they got old up in age and they just gave in, man. Because the younger generation of what you call Indians or whatever, that went over to these boarding schools, they came back with the so-called white man's philosophies.
Right.
And guess what? And today, your children are in these goddamn schools, man. All right? So these boarding, just like the Native Americans going to boarding schools, the boarding schools ain't nothing but the public school system in America now.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
So your sons and your daughters, they go to these schools, and if you don't put them in school, BCW, ACS, all these different agencies, that'll sit there and say you're neglecting your child's education. And they'll wind up trying to lock your ass up, man. All right? And once your kids go in these schools, the white man pretty much got them. The white man pretty much got them. If they ain't got a strong foundation at home, especially a father that's in the truth, that could teach them, that can teach them the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, then they're going to be lost to the so-called white man system.
And can I say something? Please, you brothers, forgive me. What the other brother just mentioned, with the ACS to take your kids. And the ACS, they're not really about helping your kids. They're about removing them from the home and displacing them. Right. Perfect example. I'm not going to say names, but I got family members where one kid in the family, he had to get removed because he was going to make it was going to get to the point where all the other kids was going to get took into a system because he was fucking up. So basically when he got removed to get help, the people that were supposed to help him, they was like, yo, ACS saying they can't help him. He like, yo, we can't force him to go to school. So then my family members like, yo, look, y'all can't force him, but if I would have kept him home, y'all would have took basically all my kids. Yeah. If I didn't remove him out the house, y'all would have took all my kids. And they was like, nah, we want to do that. He was like, this bullshit. Y'all would have took all the kids because he fucking up. But the other ones is passing, got honest. But you know what I mean? So
that's to show they're full of shit.
Because when one real quick, and we're gonna get back into the scriptures. When you got multiple kids, and if you have an ACS case or one kid, that shows that you're a neglectful parent, so to speak. Because you have one troubled child, that means the other children aren't in danger to repeating what the other kid is doing. So they'll take all your kids because of one kid. Even if the other kids are doing good and all the other shit.
Also, like, when you had an ACS case, say on a child before, and then you get pregnant, and then you end up, delivering that unborn child, ACS will visit you in the hospital.
Right.
And you have to go through the whole shit again. So it's
Well, that's why these curses is real. And it applies to our people, man. Right? It's directed towards our people.
Right.
It befell us. So I'm going to read it again, Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. And who is that other people? The so-called white man. These Caucasians. All right? Because this is their system. The school system and the curriculum that's given unto your kids to learn in this system is all concocted by the so-called white man. It's his philosophies and his ideas. And the so-called white man is not holy. He's not a man of the Most High. He's not a man of God. He's not going to teach your children the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father in the name of the Most High and His Son. All right? Shit, there's Catholic schools. Okay, you got brothers that went to Catholic school. Me, myself, and I know this brother can attest to that. He's been to Catholic school too. We didn't learn the true name of the Most High in these Catholic schools. We learned the same old bullshit. Jesus loves everybody. Okay?
Submission.
Submission. All right? So your sons, the sons of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans shall be given unto another people, which that people is talking about the so-called white man. All right? That's why we have birth certificates. That's why in all reality you don't have real control over your children, man. The so-called white man can come and scoop them up and take them away from you, just like with a snap of a finger. Okay? And then when your kids is unsupervised and under the jurisdiction of the so-called white man in the school system, they be doing all kind of shit. If your kid can't keep up with the program, the math, reading, and science, and all that shit. Next thing you know, this kid got to start speaking to a psychologist, a child psychiatrist that's trying to draw all the fucking information about what's going on in the household.
That's right.
All right? Yeah, because I've experienced that, man. You know?
I'm about to say gynecologist. The fucking, what's the dude? Not the psychiatrist. What's the guidance counselor?
Guidance counselor.
Yeah, guidance counselor. I remember one time I was in 4th grade. They took me into the joint. They put mad toys in front of me and shit like that. So I'm fucking around with the toys, and then the lady, white bitch, came.
Yeah.
And she looked at me. She asked me in that same tone, "Do your parents beat you?"
Yeah.
And I looked up. I looked at her. I said, "No." I said, even though I was getting torched, but I deserved this shit. It's not like my parents was beating me just for the sake of beating me. I was doing most stuff. I knew not to tell that bitch that my parents was beating me.
Exactly.
And she looked at me and she's like, "You sure?" I was like, "Yeah."
But see, they get all them cues from when they got a classroom full of kids, and there's certain kids who's now on so-called grade level.
Right.
So that's those are the ones that go, we gotta find out what's going on in the house. We gotta, they pinpoint these kids out. What's the deal? You know what I'm saying? Well, why is it you're not learning on the level with your kids? Okay. The right says, "My daughter shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look, and fail with longing for all the day long." We've seen that in movies like 12 Years a Slave. Right? Roots. Okay? All these different slave movies, man. Okay? All right? And nowadays in the system, with the school system, with the shit that's going on and that's being taught, all right? If you're a man of the Lord, or you still have certain morals, certain righteous morals still instilled in you, okay? You're gonna be wary about what they're teaching these children in school, man. All right? Okay? and then you know, because it comes to debate when you see your child, you know, your child is or your child might come with these questions from out of nowhere, right? Because let's keep it real, man. In school, everything is over sexualized, man, for these kids. So your child shouldn't be coming home. Your child shouldn't be 5, 6, 7 years old coming home, wondering what does gay mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Or Mr. Mitchell was wearing fingernail polish, and you know, or some crazy shit like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta explain this shit to your child, man. Okay. Now, if you still got your morals intact, you're gonna be fucking mad, man. You're gonna be mad, and now everything is more blatant with this gay pride shit. You know, most of these teachers, let's keep it 100. They're a bunch of homosexuals, man.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of homos and lesbians. Yeah, I'm trying not to say sodomites. They're a bunch of sodomites. But you know what I'm getting at.
And then it's like, you know, when we was little, if they kept that shit hidden. But now they got their freedom and the express. They what is it, factory or whatever. You know? Allegedly, you know?
That's what I'm trying not to say, bro.
I said allegedly.
That shit don't
I got
It's one more part. It says, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for all the day long. All right, so for sure you're gonna see your children start doing the morals and standards that you try to teach them, because of the pressures that's going on in school, with their peers at school, in the curriculum that's going on at school, the shit that they see in the media, on television, on social media, that, before you know it, you're gonna be losing your child, man.
That's right.
All right? And then all these damn laws we saw got on the book, the child feels like he wants to be a girl, you as a parent, you supposed to accept that shit? Come on, that's madness, man. That's why it reads on to say, it says, and there shall be no might in thine hand. So you ain't gonna have the power to do anything, man. Because the minute you start beating your kid ass and disciplining them to keep them in order, that's when these devils gonna fucking come through and lock your ass up, man. So that's why we need Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right? That's the sole purpose of why we need the Lord, man, to deliver us and lift these curses from up off of us, man. All right? That was it on that.
I got some.
Oh, you got it.
This is Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And that's what they push here in the society, man. Like, but going into, how they try to indoctrinate our kids into, believing in what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? That it's all right for you to accept, these people with their alternative ways of life and living, but the ways thereof is death, man, according to the Holy Bible, and that's what we stand upon, man. And you see how Esau does everything contrary to the Bible,
Yeah, it's in these schools teaching these kids that these homos are heroes, basically, man.
Yeah.
Like they went through the struggle.
Yeah.
It was a struggle.
It's courage.
It's courage.
Revealing the shit you're doing wrong behind the scene and bringing it forth, you strong.
Yeah.
You're not supposed, you hiding because you was doing wrong, man. If I go help somebody, even though Scripture speaks about don't do your arms and think before men, but for the sake of argument, if you go and promote that, you're doing something that's right.
Yep.
The reason you hiding it is because you fucking doing something that's wrong.
You're ashamed of it.
You're ashamed of it because they're programming people to accept this, and you've been desensitized. When you desensitize something, you don't feel nothing no more. Because when we was growing up, we knew this shit was wrong.
That was taboo.
That was taboo.
They got a case where you got a teacher that came out in front of her 4th grade class. She's a teacher. She came out, so for her to have to come out, it shows the guilt in her conscience that what she was doing was some wicked shit.
Exactly.
Behind closed, because where's she coming out from?
Exactly.
Right?
You said 4th grade.
Coming out of the closet.
And she told her to
She told that to to her 4th grade students.
They ain't even supposed to be learning about none of that. Even let's say for instance, it wasn't her coming out. Let's say for instance she was heterosexual, right? They ain't supposed to be knowing about that. They throwing that shit way ahead.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even just heterosexual stuff they ain't supposed to know about yet. They ain't even developed yet.
Yeah. It's gonna come naturally when puberty starts setting in. You have to teach a kid, okay, this is what you gotta do. You gotta spread her leg. You don't gotta. There's no such thing as sex education. Yeah. You gonna figure it out. Once puberty sets in and it's time to get married, and you put them in a room together, they gonna know what the fuck to do. You don't gotta explain. You think your parents gonna tell you, okay, this is what you gotta do. You gotta do this. You don't gotta do that.
They're gonna know.
The vibration
that a key goes into a lock.
Right.
And you know what's fucked up?
That's the way you're supposed to say.
Everybody know everything, but in high school, you have to take that class for the credits.
Right. Yes,
so you automatically, like, everybody know what's what. Everybody know a game, but you gotta take that fucking class and sit in there to get that credit, to fucking graduate. You know what I mean? But in freshman year and shit, yeah.
Who had a
Mike,
No, that's it on
yeah. Okay, this is Shemai, you had something too.
Oh, this was I think it switched. This is Isaiah 3 and 9.
That's cool.
The show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul.
Yeah, now they coming out. They're coming out in their 4th grade classes. You got teachers coming out the closet, man.
Yeah.
You know, in front of a classroom full of 4th grade students, man.
Ridiculous.
You know, shit. Just what was it last week or 2 weeks ago? They just had a gay pride parade, man. Okay, and the pride parade is celebrated all around the world, man. Right? It's celebrated all around the world. So the LGBTQ community is up to pride, man. You know, it is getting to the point where it's getting so bold, just like ancient Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
You know, where you got these chunks out there just approaching heterosexual men.
Yeah.
You know, or trying to sashay in front of you like they some kind of woman expecting you to pick up, hit them with a pickup line, man. That's how sick and twisted this society has become.
To that point, yeah.
It's to that point.
Yeah, spiritually Sodom in Egypt.
Kind of. Yup. Yeah, it's more than that.
Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
Yup. They rewarded evil unto themselves, man. You know? Now they saying that the monkeypox is a gay disease, right? Same thing that they said with AIDS, when AIDS first came out, right? You know the Esau controlling the narrative with the media.
True or not.
Yeah. But the whole point is the scripture say they rewarded evil unto their soul.
Right.
All right. So so that's what happens, man. You know, dudes used to get gay bashed back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, into the 90s. Okay, and there was some cases where there was deaths behind it. You know, because people don't accept that sick mentality, man. All right. That's the whole purpose of gay people being in the closet. Because if they was to come out the closet, they'll get their ass whipped, man. They'll get beat to death, man. They'll get shot the hell up, man. All right? But now the times have changed. It's gradualism through a gradual state. It's becoming more and more accepted. Okay? So that's why these devils are proud, man. And these homosexuals are proud. All right? But in the end, what? The Lord is going to kill you in the end.
Cleanse it.
Yeah, exactly.
Fire.
Exactly.
Yeah. That was that?
I got something. This is Joshua 4:21. And he spake unto the children of Israel, saying, your children shall ask your fathers in the time to come. Because what? Children are naturally interested in the world. Because remember, they knew. They're new to this world. They're new to this, the senses. All right, what you use to interpret the world around you. So they're gonna see you doing certain things. That's why what did Yahushua say? A son could do nothing but what he see the father do.
Right.
Meaning he only doing what the Most High told him to do.
Right.
But a lot of us didn't grow up with fathers around us. You know what I'm saying? So where are you getting your information from? Your first line of education comes from your father.
Right.
So when they see you, if you're a corrupt person, if they see you doing corrupt, they're gonna do it. They don't know no better.
Yeah.
They just know my father's doing it.
Yeah.
I know people who whole family was fucked up, drug dealers and that. So you can't tell them. How you gonna tell them, look, this ain't right?
Yeah.
when his father is telling him, look, this is what we doing. You can't corrupt that. You can't convert the kid because he learned it from his father.
And that reminds me of that commercial in the 80s with the
kids
selling what was it, smoking weed,
Right.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
They say, I learned it from watching you, Dad.
Yeah, I remember that joint.
Y'all remember that shit, right?
Yeah.
I'm too young for that.
He's trying to scold his kid. He's trying to scold his kid.
Right.
Smoking the weed.
And he was doing the shit himself.
Yeah, he learned it from his
He learned
pops.
it from
He
his
seen his
pops.
pops doing it.
You learned it from watching you, Dad.
Yup.
That's the hypocrisy.
That's the hypocrisy.
But the scripture says, how should I say a child can know nothing but what he sees his father do.
Yeah.
So it says, when your children shall ask, all right, because when your children see you do something, because they are naturally interested in the world around them. But on our side, our people are shut the fuck up. Don't ask questions. That's me. No teaching. No teaching. He's like because he's only repeating how his parents did. Or
What, the perfect movie on Genesis Society? You see how Cain grew up?
Yeah.
He watched his father selling dope, and his mom was addicted to dope. So Cain didn't have a chance.
Yeah, seen his first body.
Yeah, he seen his pops kill somebody.
Since you mentioned that movie, the other one with Cuban Gooding Jr. What's the fuck?
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. His father was trying to school him.
Yup.
It felt like, look, he had more sense because his father was always there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And guess what? And his friend Ricky had a little sense because he chilled with him and
But his coaches was more like his father. Because he's a football star.
Yeah.
So the coaches was like his mentor, like, look, but his brother was like.
But his brother got him.
Right.
His brother's shit got him pulled in, and got him fucked around over in the movie. You know what I mean? His brother was in the streets.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it says, and he spake unto the children of Israel, saying, when your children ask fathers, in a time to come, saying, what mean these stones? Because this is dealing when we cross Jordan. There you go. And then, because he split it just like the Red Sea was split, and he took the stones out of Jordan, 12 stones out of Jordan, and put it, all right, for a memorial.
Right.
Then shall ye shall let your children know, saying, come, Israel came over this Jordan on dry land. So you're supposed to teach them our history. Remember, we didn't grow up having a sense of identity because we didn't learn we was Israelites.
Right.
The so-called white man took that.
You from America, your parents is from the West Indies, my parents is from Haiti, your parents from America, your parents from America. What did we learn?
Nothing.
We learned shit.
American shit.
We learned American shit, all right? We learned bullshit, which detached us from our heritage, our true heritage, our identity, all right? Serve the Most High, which is doing good. Once you learn the Most High, you know, okay, my job is to always do good, always to think good, always to try to help one another, the law, statutes, and commandments. So it says that he spake unto the children of Israel, saying, when your children shall ask their fathers in the time to come, saying, what mean these stones? Then shall ye let your children know, saying, Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, came over this Jordan on dry land, for the Lord your God dried up the waters of Jordan from before you, until you were passed over, as the Lord your God did to the Red Sea, which he dried up from before us until we were gone over, that all people of the earth might know the hand of the Lord, that is mighty. To the point, our people don't know the power of the Lord.
Yeah.
They don't trust in the power of the Lord.
Right.
That's what's the purpose of us teaching.
Right.
So you can reconnect with the Most High
And have faith.
and have faith. And it says, it should keep clicking out.
It's cool.
And it says, dried before us, and we were gone over, that all people of the earth might know the hand of the Lord, that it is mighty, that ye might fear the Lord your God forever. And our people don't have to fear the Lord, which is the beginning of wisdom. You cannot do what you want and understand the scriptures.
No.
Because you have like the nigga that came by the camp. He's trying to explain to me, and I'm talking to him honestly. Now after a while, like, yo, this dude can't get it.
Waste of
You know
time.
what I'm saying? It's a waste of time. So to fear the Lord is to understand the scriptures. If you don't have to fear the Lord, you ain't gonna understand the scriptures. You're not gonna understand it. So our job is to the right way before they grow up corrupt and they be gone. All right. So they grow up what? In faith. Unlike how we grew up. Because we grew up corrupt. You know what I'm saying? We have to reform. 1. That's what Scripture speaks about being born again. Or being new creatures. That's it, man.
I got something real quick. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee. Right?
There you go.
Yeah, so that's what you're supposed to learn from. Right? Yeah, your father, in the men of the Lord. Elders.
Right. That's your first line of education, man.
Cut.
More
That was it on that.
This is Proverbs 1 and 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. Right, so that's what we do week in and week out. Like, we are amongst the brothers, and we learn the truth first through the apostles, the elders on down the ranks, right? And also we read the scriptures, and so that's how we learn, right? That's it.
Read that part again. Read it again.
A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding.
And the true learning comes from what? From the scriptures, man. What you receive in school, all the shit we learn in school, what profit to us right now? What profit is it to be saved? You can learn, what it says, ever learn but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. You can learn all there is to learn in this world, but it don't give you the acceptance of the Most High, though. Because remember, it's all about being approved of the Lord, right?
The scripture says that wisdom of this world is foolishness for the Most High.
Right, and that's why they boast. Look, y'all niggas don't know nothing. I got this, I got that. So they look at us like we ain't shit because we don't have what they call understanding. But your understanding can't deliver you, right?
Yeah, all you got was the white man's stamp of approval. What's that,
Based over lies.
Yeah.
Based over lies.
Yeah. Well, you gotta consider this devil, man.
Yeah.
This man crawled in fucking caves 500 years ago.
That's right.
500 years ago. All right. Now all of a sudden he's this fucking expert on.
He's a gross scholar of the earth. He's schooling all the dark nations that was here before him. It's his job to reinform. No, his job is to make you think the way he thinks.
Right.
I was talking about this shit the other day. How the fuck? Because the first Christopher Columbus, which he never set foot in America, his first stop was Hispaniola. When the indigenous people there, which are what you call Dominicans today, when they entreated him, they gave him gold. They gave him stones, precious stones. They gave him all these things, and they took that brotherly love or kindness for weakness. So how do you go from doing that to pimping their daughters? Because everybody know you want to go get some hoes, go to the Dominican Republic, you could have fun, have a ball. Because dude told me mothers would bring their daughters, 14, 15-year-old daughters, to sell them, you know what I'm saying? So you could pay to have sex with them.
Yeah.
How you go from giving a complete stranger gold and silver to killing your own people, to murder and robbing your own people, because now you're looking through his eyes.
Right.
Before you came into you looking through the white, you really looking through reality through the white man's eyes, man.
Right.
Which is what? Lust. Everything is lust.
Everything that's wicked.
Everything that's wicked.
Everything that's wicked.
Everything that's wicked, you're gonna embrace it, and that's how you seeing it. Fear, envy.
Yeah.
You doing something the same, being grounding yourself. Okay, you doing this thing. It don't make me feel insecure.
Yeah.
But a white man, when he seen not Jacob, Abel.
Yeah.
Because when you go into the story of Esau, not Esau,
Abel.
even though they're the same
Jacob
people,
and Esau,
but it's Cain and Abel.
Yep.
When they said
He hated.
he blessed them, he blessed, the Most High blessed Abel for doing the right thing.
Right.
Now, if you just read it for face value, you really don't understand it. But when you go into it, Abel started to increase.
Yeah.
More substance, more praise from the people that was around him.
Right.
So Esau, I keep saying Esau,
Cain,
which is all the same shit. Cain seen it,
Yeah.
and what did that bring? It brought envy. You seen him he's doing the right thing. What do you expect? The Lord telling you, if you do right, why is your face raw? Why is your face all scrunched up? Why are you mad for it?
Yeah.
Because if you do the right thing,
You'll get rewarded.
you're gonna be rewarded. But if you do wrong, then what?
Sin
Sin like the door, and to him shall be his desire, which is talking about Satan. So he seen his brother building and building and building till his jealousy overtook him and said, you know what? In the heat of the moment, he killed his brother. Which was premeditated. It wasn't the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
That shit was premeditated.
it.
He
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
about the shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they got in a fight and then he had to
The
kill.
scripture say he was a murderer from the
He was
beginning.
murdered from the beginning. So that spirit was on him.
Yeah.
So that's how we
Was it self-defense?
it was definitely was a self-defense. That's how we became to be separated from the spirit living in this world, because you looking through his eyes. Envy. There's no reason to envy nobody. Because we all in the same fucking boat.
Sound like the so-called white man.
Sound like
with his
so-called
jackals, his SEAL team.
Right.
Them CIA niggas, where they just be plotting if they can't bomb the dude plane because his security is too tight. They can't overthrow him. So then what they do, they move in with the military. Saddam. He knew the tactics. He was trained by them.
Panama in the 90s. Noriega, Panama in the 90s.
And he was their guy. And they switched on him.
Until Noriega was like, look, this man's tough.
Yeah, so songs. Oh, you got something?
Yeah, I got a couple ones. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19. For the wisdom of the world is foolishness with the Most High.
Go.
For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
You can know fucking, we mentioned trigonometry, you can know calculus, you can know fucking all the fucking genomes of fucking animals, you can know all that, you can know all that shit.
Yeah.
But the Most High don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
The only thing the Most High cares about, the only thing He cares about is that you know about Him and you do what pleases Him.
Right.
Which is the law statute, which is what pleases Him and how you react.
What pleases him is your obedience unto him.
There you go.
Yeah.
And what's his
Love your
obedience?
neighbor yourself.
There you go.
As you love yourself.
Yep.
And all the things pertaining to His service.
Yeah.
Once you clear that up, you do everything for His service, all right, and do everything towards each other. What else is there?
Yeah, don't
That's the whole thing of life.
16,000 to the third power. That don't mean shit.
Right. You can know all that shit. What the
No.
fuck that means? You can
Yeah.
do all that and go murder somebody.
Yeah.
Some of them drug dealers of niggas are sharp.
Yeah.
When it comes to math and money and shit,
Bagging up.
them niggas are sharp.
Yup.
But guess what? They're doing fucking wickedness,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
Business, right? You can know all that.
Who said it?
Well, yeah.
Thomas Jefferson, right? He said
What he said?
basically knowing thorough knowledge of the scriptures is better than a college education. You know, so
I heard that before, but I don't know who said
yeah, I
it. But
believe
yeah.
it was Thomas Jefferson, one of them presidents. One of them either way.
But colleges in the beginning was
Right.
set out to what? For the learning of higher learning. This is higher learning.
Cambridge.
Yeah.
That's why they had Cambridge
Right.
and
Oxford.
Oxford.
Yup.
Yeah.
It's for what? For what? Learn about the Most High. That's closest to the Most High.
Like,
That's what really truly matters.
That's what truly matters.
like the scriptures, how it teaches how to conduct ourselves amongst each other,
Right.
the ranking from apostles, elders on down, and this, right? It shows you basically all of that and how to govern, right?
Civil laws.
And look, what's that book that used to be on the wire, and all the mobsters used to read that book too for their organization? Something, forget it.
Yeah, but the Most High taught us civil laws, ceremonial laws, dietary laws. And all these laws, like the brother said, is for serving Him and serving your fellow neighbor.
For your self-preservation.
Self-preservation.
Like in the book of Job, what one of his friends told him, he said, "What profit is it to the Most High for you to be righteous?
Mm-hmm.
You're righteous. What it means to the
Yeah.
Most High for you to be righteous?
Yeah.
It's for you.
Yeah.
That's what the Lord said. You forsook yourselves. What profit is it for you? You do the right things for you, so you don't be judged. Man.
Yeah.
It don't be. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna make the Most High better
Right.
for you to be righteous.
Right? So it says, the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. It is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Right, because the wisdom of this world don't teach you what? The judgments of the Most High.
Right.
It don't teach you to be righteous.
Consequences.
It don't teach you consequences. Right? You got people in these schools, they do, bro, we don't even see half of the evil shit that goes on that the Most High separated us from.
Yeah.
All these so-called, and we ain't talking about street niggas.
Yeah.
Street, that's why your house I went to, what they would call lowlifes.
Right.
All right? So people, they were sincere.
Right.
They made it, and they have the education.
Yeah.
They did a lot of bullshit in their heart. They wanted a better way. You deal with these educated motherfuckers, they worse ones.
Yeah.
You think the street niggas is bad. These fucking educated people, these people that fucking go to these colleges, go to these sororities, they're the worst fucking ones, man.
Yeah, because there's no true wisdom in the basis of men.
Right.
The so-called white man, like I said a few minutes ago, right, which we all know, this devil crawled out of the cave 5 centuries ago, man. Couldn't speak, didn't have a fucking language.
Grunt.
All right, yeah, grunting, okay, and doing all kind of nasty, vile shit. All right, now all of a sudden, he's this worldly scholar. Okay, that everybody looks up to inspire to be like. That's fucking madness, man.
Yeah.
That's madness.
Yeah.
All right, that's the wisdom of this world. What's the wisdom of this world? The so-called white man's wisdom, which is the devil and Satan.
Right.
All right, it's foolishness to the Most High. You can talk all this articulate shit. All right, the close shave. You have to have the close shave.
Suit and tie.
Yeah, suit and tie, expensive brother suit on, or what have you. All right, but that is still foolishness. If at the end of the day you're all about breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, something that won't benefit you.
Right.
All right, it's still foolishness at the end of the day. And then you teach men to do so, to accept homosexuality, and then trying to prove it scientifically.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then science is a joke.
Right.
We know the history is distorted.
Right.
If you let the so-called white man teach history,
Right.
right? But they'll have people spend fucking thousands upon thousands of tens of thousands of dollars to take courses and classes, man, to learn from the fucking white man and all his bullshit. And at the end of the day, what is it profiting these niggas?
Right.
Damn thing.
Not a damn thing.
And you said that president, what's that president that said it's better to have no
Thomas
wisdom,
Jefferson.
the wisdom of the scriptures, right?
Yeah.
Because it's order. They know that. The book I was talking about, the mafia dudes used to, like the commission and all of them, Robert's Rules of Order. Because they know things gotta be structured. Everything has to be ordered. The top structural book is the scriptures. You know what I mean? They know that already.
And I wanted to add on to the point brother said earlier. This dude 50 Cent said, I ain't meet a real thug until I got into this corporate world. And he's like, you want to see a real gangster? Climb up the corporate ladder. Those niggas can have you erased, right?
Yeah.
They can have you blacklisted.
Yeah.
The hell with being killed. Nobody doing business with you. You not being able to work anywhere. He's like, that's all I'm fucking cool. He's like, petty thug on the street. Them coping people are the real thugs.
Yeah, who's this damn devil to just rise up out the cave and change the order of things? For ages, all of the dark nations knew that the constellation of the sun, moon, and the stars circles the earth.
Yeah.
But then so-called white man come out the cave and he starts teaching heliocentricity. All right, he starts saying that homosexuality is okay.
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, he teaches the Big Bang Theory. All right, and all of this bullshit, man. You know, all of these societies and civilizations that wound up fucking collapsing. This devil who's on top now is following in the same footsteps as the wicked societies that collapsed before his reign of rule. So this man is clearly the devil, and he's wise, man. That's why it's foolishness with the Messiah to be like these crackers, man.
It said, and again, the Lord knows the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. Like the brothers is building on. It ain't for the glorification of Yahweh Shah. It's not for the healing of the people, you know. It's not for, you know, to make sure that the children have, you know, the children are the future, right? You know, they say they come up with all these fucking bullshit quotes, but really they're destroying the minds of the youth so they could be easily controlled and manipulated, right? It says, and again, the Lord knows the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain, right? Solomon said, vanity, vanity, all is vanity, and vexation to the spirit. Because if you ain't fearing the Most High and keeping His commandments, you just gonna fall into that fucking cycle of death. You know, try to rise to the top, kill people on the way, shit on people on the way, do something wicked to maintain your succession, just to get shitted on, or die from some sickness, or somebody else that's in power is gonna take you out of power.
Yeah, well, look at R. Kelly.
Oh
Right?
man.
See, look at him. He's got slapped with 30 years.
30 years.
And one time he was on top, right? All crackers was loving him, I believe, like a fly. And, you know, that was like...
He was inspirational,
that was damn near a national anthem.
Yeah, it was. For the Space Jam anthem.
Yeah.
Everybody that so-called makes it wealthy or so-called wealthy, what they do, it get boring to them and they start to become humanitarians doing something else like to help people because it gets boring.
No, that's just a face value. You
Yeah.
know what gets boring?
Yeah.
Squid Games is a reality of what's going on in the fucking world. You ever seen Squid Games?
Yeah.
But that's what they at least do once they got all the money. He said in the movie, he said, look, we got all this fucking money. What else is there to do?
Yeah.
So what? Let's pin these people against each other. Let's make these people murder each other. All this fucking sick shit.
And bet on it.
And bet on it. So we have a thrill in it. And there's a bunch of white, rich, homosexual white men.
Yeah.
But it is. Because in the Squid Games, the dude went in there and he said, yo, take the robe off.
Yeah.
He said, what the fuck? And he ended up killing the white dude.
Yeah.
The Korean dude ended up killing the fucking white dude. Because he was a fucking homo shit. And they have all this like, he's like, it got boring. Right. And once you get all the wealth, that's why you fucking pull people out of poverty. Like you say, humanitarian, but they don't do it. Don't ever believe that fucking Edomite is a true humanitarian. That's fucking bullshit.
There's always an agenda.
There's always an agenda, man.
Yeah. And it says, therefore, let no man glory in men, for all things are yours.
Right. Cursed be he who put his trust in God.
Right.
Or who make it flesh his arm. The glory is in Yahweh Bashim Al
That's
Shah.
right.
Because that, out of all, the only one that could deliver you is the Most High. There's nothing that you can do by yourself that can save you from what's coming to this world, which is the nuclear destruction. You have no choice. That's why no matter whatever we know, we all gotta rely on who? That's it. We all gotta rely on Him. We can't save ourselves. We damn sure can't save each other. So what we gotta do? We gotta hope that when He comes back, that we in His good graces to be saved.
That was it on that.
Anybody? I got something. Anybody?
Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy 33 verse 10. It says, "They shall teach Jacob." Remember, it's all about teaching. Who's Jacob? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans. They shall teach Jacob thy judgments, man. So what's the judgment of a man being with a man?
Death.
It's death. What's the
Yeah.
judgment for a woman being with a woman? It's death. What's the judgment of sleeping with your mother? It's death. What's the judgment of sleeping with a woman on menstruation?
Death.
It's death, man.
Judgment of sleeping with another man's woman.
What's the judgment of sleeping with another man's woman? It's death. So we're supposed to teach you that these things that are promoted in this society is wrong.
Yep, it leads to death.
No matter if the majority of people is co-signing it, we tell you this shit is wrong because the scriptures is telling you.
And that proves that the so-called white man is not Jacob.
There you go.
Because
They don't teach judgment.
They don't teach judgment.
Yeah.
All right? They don't teach judgment. Where in the scriptures that tell you can harvest organs, man?
Right. Oh, I seen some shit the other day. I was ready to, I had to keep my composure. They put in fucking pig organs, pig transplant.
Oh,
in
yeah.
fucking
Heart.
people, bro.
The heart.
Not just heart, fucking kidneys, all that shit, bro.
Bro, they trying to put a uterus inside of a man.
There you
Wow.
go.
They literally trying to, part of the changing agenda is putting a uterus in a man to try to make it this first successful male pregnancy.
That's why when we was talking the other day, that's why the Lord
Get out of here.
has to destroy this place. Now, if this, they only
Goes on.
get better with they only
Technology.
perfect their wickedness.
Yeah.
Their technology is wicked.
Yeah.
They only perfect it. So eventually we gonna die. For us to be reincarnated in this world, who the hell is gonna be a heterosexual? This motherfucker can be born a man, and they put a uterus in him. You're like, well, he's pregnant.
Yeah.
She's pregnant.
You see? Because they started getting better with their so-called science when they can have the heart beating outside of a body.
Right.
You know, so when I saw that, I was like, yo, it's downhill from here.
That's
I
right.
saw the video, watch it.
But it's also in the hands of the Heavenly Father. How they was able to successfully his heart into the man, he didn't live that long.
He didn't live
Because
that
after
long.
that, he died.
I think that like 8 days later.
Yeah, so it's still up to the Lord to really decide whether,
Yeah.
you know, a
Yeah.
man lives or dies. You know, no matter the miracles or the technology that
Wonders.
Esau has,
That's right. That's right.
you know,
That's
it's
right.
up to the Lord to you know,
Yeah.
he has the last say
Yeah.
so, you know.
That nigga thinks he is God.
Yeah,
That's why he's doing all this
right,
shit.
right,
That's
right.
Try to
Sin is
show
Second
people that-
Thessalonians, yeah.
Try to prolong life. When it's your time, it's your time.
It's your time,
It's
man.
nothing you.
And it's really for them. They're not doing it for you fucking.
Right, it ain't for Jake.
They're doing it for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're doing it so they can enjoy
Yeah.
the wickedness of this life indefinitely.
Yeah.
Transhumanism.
Yep. I got you.
What was that
Just let me
Rockefeller? What was that
Oh, David Rockefeller.
That had like
Rockefeller.
7
Seven
heart
heart
planes.
No, he had like 10.
Like
no,
that.
8. It was
No,
7.
yeah,
Seven.
yeah.
Yeah, several.
Yep.
And then they had 7 heart transplants. Come on, man. Who gives up 7 hearts?
Not only that, you have to wait to
Right.
get that.
Yeah, you don't gotta wait.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta
gotta
wait.
wait.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Get out. Get out.
Yeah.
They just pull a nigga off the street and then just that shit's true, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about the Rothschilds. Was Rockefellers all Rothschilds? But them
Right.
Rockefellers they handling a lot of fucked up shit.
Everything.
But
Everything.
that's
Yeah,
it.
they're part of the
Yeah, they-
global elite.
Harvesting body organs and you
A whole
know.
bunch of nigga women go missing every year.
Yeah,
And
slaves.
a lot of them is fucking getting
So how can them gutter rats be Jacob?
Big Jacob.
Mhm.
So it says they shall teach Jacob that judges in Israel thy law.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or the so-called white man is claiming to be a Jew, keeping the laws of the Torah. I don't know,
Hell no.
right?
They keep
They
the
say
time
Tel Aviv is supposed to be one of the biggest gay parades out there,
in
man.
the world.
You know, brothers is bringing out how they got new beaches out there. You know, they into kosher pork.
Yeah.
You know, if they the holy people when they in the land, why you gotta still why they got the kibbutz? They gotta still implant trees and resources into that land, right? If the Lord was dealing with you and you was the real Jews, that land would be looking like paradise, man.
Exactly.
There'll be no more
Now,
war.
now you wouldn't have to be making YouTube commercials about come to Tel Aviv and come to Israel and all of that shit,
Yeah.
man. You know?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go to that fucking war-torn country right now. That shit is defiled, man.
Yeah.
All right? They trying to make it seem like they trying to make it like a tourist destination.
Right.
I see this the first time I ever seen all these fucking on YouTube about come to Israel,
Yeah,
come to Tel Aviv, come to you know. People want to go to DR. People want to go to Cancun.
Yeah.
People want to go to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go to fucking Tel Aviv, man, and risk getting blown up by some goddamn Palestinians.
You gonna go where the Israelites is at?
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yeah.
So that proves you ain't the real Jews, man.
Shaking and staring in front of a wall and shit.
Exactly, man.
There's still war.
Yeah, there's still war
Still
going
war
on.
going on.
Yup,
Yeah.
So
That's that prophecy custom alone.
yup.
Yeah, Isaiah
I
2.
got something real quick.
Right.
These are Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 29. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High has made man upright.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
There is
talking,
a- there-
yup,
there you go.
yeah.
You got
which is talking about the Israelite man. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Why were we made upright? Because we received the Lord's statutes and commandments from the Heavenly Father,
Right.
which the whole world is supposed to be governed by the laws that we received.
Right.
The Lord wasn't dealing with the heathen nations.
I don't know.
Moab didn't get these laws. Edom, for damn sure, didn't get it. All right, Ham, who we were supposed to decimate when we went in that land.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because they wasn't keeping the laws. They didn't receive the laws. All right. It says, "Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High has made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions." Okay, because most of this wicked shit really was started by Jake, man. To be honest.
Well, the Lord, you say you got to talk the wicked that ways.
Yup, done.
And what did Yahushua say? If I went to these fucking heathens, they would have repented a long time ago.
Yeah,
That shows you how fucked up we are.
yeah.
And I was thinking about this the other day. The heathens is going to be better at keeping the Lord and the kingdom than we are throughout our generation. Because there's going to be no liberty to do evil in the kingdom.
Kind.
It's not, there ain't going to be no access for you.
Right.
Not saying they're going to
There
be
will be
perfect.
consequences.
There's going to be consequences, but they're going to be a lot better than we were.
yeah.
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 For you, that's hard to believe, but that's how it's going to be, man.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? Because We fucked up.
Right.
We're rebellious.
He said we
It's
told the wicked.
stiff-necked.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it.
The scriptures say that we're rebellious and stiff-necked.
That's right.
If we was to prophesy unto the nations that they was the chosen people, they would accept it, right? And like the brother said, in the kingdom, they going to see the consequences and repercussions of not keeping the Lord's statutes and commandments. Jake, they see it, they still can't get it.
Yeah.
They're blind, getting murdered, getting locked up, strung out on drugs, right? All types of diseases and health conditions. Still don't get, let me turn back to the Lord. The nations are going to get their ass whooped. You know what? We're going to follow after Zion.
Yeah.
You know? You got it? I got something real quick. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. The favor be shown to the wicked.
Which favor is being to the wicked, and the so-called white man is the wicked. All right? Favors being shown to him because he's in the world. Okay? All right?
Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness.
Is the so-called white man doing righteousness? Is he learning to be righteous?
I don't know.
You know, I don't. You could talk humble and crouch as low as you want, man.
Never trust.
Okay, you know, and you can give niggas reparations, man. You know, but you're still the wicked, and you will not learn righteousness, man. You will not learn righteousness because it's not in you to be right. The scriptures tell you that in Habakkuk. The soul that is lifted up in
Not upright.
is not upright. Okay. So these devils they gonna continue on being wicked.
Yeah.
You know.
He who the Lord made crooked can be
Cannot
straight.
be made straight.
Cannot be made straight.
That's right.
It says, he will not learn righteousness in the land of uprightness.
The land of Israel
Will he deal unjustly?
with injustice, right? And we see that. You know, like we said, you got Tel Aviv, what's going on out there, right? The pink city. All right. You know, you got the kosher pork, the new beaches. Okay, you know, the heavy pedophilia that goes on out there, man.
That was
All right, and these demonic, satanic rituals that they doing out there, and the way their government is set up and established, it's all from Western philosophy. Because out there in the land of Israel, they got a parliament, they got a right wing and a left wing. You know, bipolar parties out there in that land. Where's that in the scriptures?
right.
Where's that in the scriptures? All right, prime minister, right?
Yeah. Now finish your thought, brother.
That's it. I mean, that's
I got some more for you. They circumcised the kids with their bombs.
Yeah.
oral circumcision.
Suck up the blood.
Yeah,
What scripture is that?
yeah.
Where's that in the Torah?
Yeah.
Circumcised a child on the 8th day of your teeth.
Rip the foreskin off.
Yeah.
Fucking freaks. And one more.
Please justify.
Because it came up that a lot of those babies was catching herpes. You know? And that's something they keep on a hush-hush.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even bring that out. You know? But they keep that within their community.
Yeah, because they go to their own doctors. They got their own EMS, their own fire department and police. Yep, because I've seen, you brothers seen it too. I'm saying I've seen it. Like I know you brothers have seen it. You know.
And one more thing. You got our people, right, that went over there to the land of Israel back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, with bounty, and now they kicked out.
Yeah.
They joined the army, they sold out, they did everything that you told them to do, and they still getting kicked out the land, right? Showing you that, one, you're jackasses, you shouldn't have did that, right? Because that's not prophecy, that's nowhere in the scriptures to go back to Israel, and that shows you that in the land they shall deal unjustly, because the land belonged to the Negroes, right? They are inheritors of that land, right? That land wasn't a promise to Esau, right? So you kicking the chosen people out that land again, right? So it says, you will deal unjustly and not behold the majesty of Yahweh.
That's right. He will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. Right? Which is what? Keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Obeying the Most High and worshiping Yahweh.
Right.
Right? They don't worship Yahweh. They don't even call on the name.
I don't know.
Hashem. Who the hell is that?
Hashem.
They don't acknowledge his son, Yahweh Shah.
Nope. Two
Right?
strikes.
Yeah, kind of. So they don't behold the majesty of the Lord. All right? So them motherfuckers got they can't possibly do it.
Alright, I got this is Sirach 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Instruct them with what? What you supposed to instruct the people with?
Scriptures.
The Lord says-
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, with the scriptures, because it shows you how to govern. How to govern individually and as a whole. And yourself.
Yeah.
So, if everything is running on track, then it wouldn't be like this.
It
Yeah.
wouldn't be like this.
But the so-called white man, he's Satan, he's the adversary, and he's
Right.
the devil, the deceiver.
Right?
He's first and foremost, he's the adversary to the Most High.
That's right.
And Yahweh Shai. So
That's right.
he's an adversary to Yahweh, he's an adversary to Yahweh Shai, the angels, down to the Akim, to the other heathens, to the heathens, also outside of the nation of Israel, and the earth,
That's why he's running
Damn.
Satan.
Yeah.
outer space. Yo, he's an adversary to creation, man.
Yeah.
Right.
It's dangerous, man.
The man of sin.
Man of sin, that's right.
He's
I'm sorry.
anti-Messiah.
Yeah.
He's just anti-life
You could just write volumes of books.
about the wickedness.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah, he's the real anti-man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna call you.
I got something.
Esau is real anti-man. You
This
got
is
it.
Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 4. It says, therefore the Lord is slack, and judgment doeth never go forth.
That's right.
Lord of what? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. Right? They're slack here in this society, man. You know, true judgment never goes forth.
That's good, yeah.
True judgment.
Example, a small example. Emmett Till,
Oh, yeah.
his two cousins, you know, the mother passed, so the two family members, the cousin, they picked up the mantle. They basically went into the courthouse in Mississippi and found an arrest warrant for one of the kidnappers. The person's still alive, and there's no warrant issued. They reopened the case back when the bitch, whatever, I forget her name. There was no grand jury. There was no grand jury indictment.
Right, she lied. She lied on them.
So, and then the two men that kidnapped them, and they got acquitted by an all-white jury, and then afterwards went on Look magazine and said they did it.
Yeah. So basically, she lied and falsified information that, you know, Emmett Till basically, I guess, whistled at her, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So after all these years,
Damn.
still, you know what I'm saying? Nothing came out of it.
Right.
It just was like whatever,
Right.
you know. So true judgment is not upheld in this society, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, hell no, it's not upheld in this society. You know, like we was stating earlier, you know, with the purpose of the Sabbath day and keeping it holy, and what they used to do in ancient times, how they used to read out the law
Right.
in the synagogue, so it could be a constant reminder.
Right.
Because the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua don't change.
That's
The
right.
scriptures tell you the Most High, yesterday, today, and forevermore. All right, he doesn't change.
Right.
So the laws are supposed to be orated on a weekly basis
Right.
to keep the people reminded of the law, so there won't be no excuses for you to go off. But in this society, the so-called white man has all these goddamn laws that change constantly. You know, so you can't even make up a day to read the law abroad and read it out loud and whatnot. To the point, yo, shit, you go to any jail, there's a law library, man, and the shit is ridiculous, man.
Right, it just goes on for
Yeah, that's why America is known as Babylon,
Right.
which is the land of confusion.
Right, because this year it could say something according to the law, and then next year it changes.
changes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
What
called
applies to-
retroactive, making a law retroactive.
But that's why the scriptures say that this man, he changes times, seasons,
Yup.
you know?
The scripture says, meddle not with them that are accustomed to change.
Right.
That's the so-called white man.
Mhm.
He's the devil.
And what one state may have a law, when you cross over,
Right,
Yup.
it's different jurisdiction.
right.
But when you go to Israel, what applied in Jerusalem applied to Samaria.
Right.
What applied to Samaria applied in Gilead.
Yeah.
What applied in Gilead, it was throughout the whole land. It was so there was no confusion.
Exactly.
Or the Lord said, I'm not the author of confusion.
I'm not the
I'm not the
author.
author of confusion.
So now these women with the birth, the abortion thing,
Yeah.
they becoming nomadic executionists and shit like that. In the world court, man. But look,
Abortion ain't nothing new, because you go back in the days, women was doing the shit.
Yeah.
Like,
with hangers
there
and
you
all
go.
of that.
Farrakhan-
Them country bitches.
Farrakhan mom
Man.
tried to abort him like that.
Them
She
country bitches.
shoved the hand up and shit. She scooped him up. So ain't nothing new.
Show you how demonic these women are.
These bitches
man.
are demonic. But with the whole Roe versus Wade shit, it's all distraction, man.
Right.
Because these bitches gonna do the shit anyways.
Yes.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like it's like they're stopping them.
Right.
First of all, you could just go get your tubes tied. I won't say the first. You just go get your tubes tied.
That's it.
You just that hell bent
You don't want
on
kids.
having kids.
Mm.
One time surgery, because you got bitches do. You going to the hospital 10 fucking times.
It's a serial
One
killer.
surgery.
Yeah.
You got niggas who pay your phone bill, you got niggas who pay your fucking light bill, you got niggas who pay your car and shit, you got niggas who do all this shit for you. All you gotta do is go one time. Why wait till you fucking get pregnant?
Yeah.
Then you gotta go there and get the shit aborted.
Mhm.
Get your tubes out.
And then you got them, what's the names, them perpetual
And it's for
abortionists to where they
Perpetual abortion,
till they get to the point where they can't have kids.
Right, it makes you sterile.
And
You
then
gotta say about abortion,
they feel fucked up.
I got something
Yeah.
real quick.
Serial killer.
And it's for whores.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Somebody's in a happily, I don't know if a happily
Yeah.
relationship that exists in this world,
Yeah.
a happy marriage, but when people in a marriage, all right, what are worrying about abortions for?
Yeah.
Did not fucking, which, I think, now, was it Samson? No, Sammy's
Samson's
mother.
mother.
Where he said, give me children, at least I die.
Yeah, Samuel's mother.
And
And
You had to have meat and you know.
he said, am I not better than 10 sons?
10 sons,
You know what I'm saying? Give me sons. He said, what? Am I instead of God?
Yeah, I can't make you have
Well,
meat.
the point is, women used to beg for children.
yeah.
Now women is killing their children.
Yeah.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 13, verse 16. Samaria shall become desolate, for she has rebelled against her power.
You know, Samaria was the headquarters of Ephraim.
Yep.
All right? Because you know, you go into history, the kingdom was split into two. You had the kingdom of Judah and the kingdom of Israel. All right?
Which Ephraim is the most fruitful tribe out of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
That's why the
According to his blessing.
Yep, the word Ephraim, Aparium in the Hebrew means I am fruitful. It says, Samaria shall become desolate, for she has rebelled against her power. They shall fall by the sword. Their infants shall be dashed to pieces. Now this happened in the history when the conquistadors came over to the island of Puerto Rico and Hispaniola, all right? And they killed the pregnant woman.
Yeah.
They ripped the woman up and took the babies out of their womb and
Fed them
dashed
to the
them. Yep, fed them to the dogs, dashed them, stomped on the infants with the spurs of their boots.
Mhm.
All right, you know, to kill the offspring of Israel.
Right.
All right, it says their infants shall be dashed in pieces. Okay, and which this is now the modern day version of this is what these women getting these abortions, man. All right, these women getting these abortions because when they stick that goddamn vacuum in between, up in your fucking womb, right? But they basically they chop the baby up into fucking pieces, man, and then suck and then suck it out, man. You know, they don't just got that tube sucking the whole damn lump out, man. They make sure they break it up while it's inside your womb. They dash it into pieces, and then that vacuum is just sucking it out in broken pieces.
Sometimes it's like certain remnants of the fetus,
Yeah.
it stays in them.
Yo, cut it.
You know,
Yo.
might have a finger here, a feet, baby's feet here,
Yeah.
I know.
you know, stuck in their fallopian tube,
Yo.
all type of shit, man.
This is what Miranda Devine said on Fox Business. I was looking at this earlier. This is a barbaric practice. Abortions is up until the point of birth in Virginia.
Yeah.
So
9 months, up to 9 months.
You know,
Yeah.
And that's murder, man.
Yeah,
That's damn near murder. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's murder. Soon as that sperm fertilizes that egg,
That's life.
that's life.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
That's
even
life.
as much as a demon Adam
Yep.
Jones is, they said once the sperm hit the egg and it showed it on camera, it's like an explosion happened.
Yeah.
Like as soon as that happens, the spirit comes into the into the egg.
Right.
Cause remember the spirit is fire.
Right.
So they showed it on camera. As soon as it hit, it's like an explosion happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The spirit comes into there, and then conception.
Yep. It says the infant shall be dashed in pieces, and the woman with child shall be ripped up.
And the thing with abortion, don't think you're doing it 3 days.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You got bitches getting abortion 7 months.
Well, you
man.
just read it. They got it on law where a woman can be 9 months pregnant.
Well, there's late term abortions.
Yeah.
Y'all must be there you go.
It says in their woman with child shall be ripped up. Right? Yeah, you got the main thing with C-sections nowadays. A lot of these women got to get the cesarean
Which
cut.
you don't have to do.
Which you don't have to, but I mean, that's what
Yeah.
Esau tells these broads, man. You know, you gotta get a cesarean cut. Here it is, your woman, you're supposed to be an objection of beauty
Now she
to
got
a
a 50 on
man.
the
Yeah,
stomach.
exactly, man.
Yeah.
You know?
look
Yeah,
like she's
that's
in
right.
a
Smiley face on-
gladiatorial
she got a
match
smiley
in a
face
Coliseum.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like she just got
That's even better. She got Nike check on her gut.
like
Yeah.
a Zorro shit.
Yep.
Like she was in the like she was in the gladiatorial arena.
Right. Hey, you only gonna find these scriptures in the Holy Bible, man. You ain't gonna find things talking like this in the Quran or any of them other books, man.
No.
All right? It says the infant shall be dashed in pieces, and the woman with child shall be ripped up. All right? And first of all, when a woman is delivering a baby, she's supposed to be sitting. Squatting.
Yeah.
The midwives.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to. I remember I was in 7th grade. They shows the video
Yeah.
of a bitch giving birth. Her legs is wide open.
Yeah.
Come on, you ain't supposed to see no shit
Yeah.
like that, man.
Yup.
A man's not supposed to look at another man's woman's naked,
Yeah.
man.
See, that's what we said. Going back to when we was talking about Esau, that this fucking devil, man.
Yeah.
Always trying to do new
He's
things
looking up the wrong way and
invent new
shit.
shit.
Right.
All right? Because now you got a lot of these white hoes, these white women, right, that are pregnant or whatever. They're going back to the birth school.
Yeah.
They're going back to
Right.
sitting
Natural way.
Yeah, sitting.
Fucking devil.
Yeah, they're going back to the birth school. A lot of these white,
Yeah.
privileged bitches that are
While the
aware.
women of the tribes is going right to the fucking gynecologists,
Yeah.
going to these doctors.
Yeah, she's sitting laid all the way
Right.
back with her fucking.
Spread eagle.
Yeah, cut. All right. You know, or for some doctor to just say, look, nah, you know what? Your due date is so and so, but if you don't have the baby by then, we gotta cut you open.
Ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying?
Ridiculous.
This fucking society is sick, man. You know? How unnatural is that, man?
It was unnatural.
Yeah.
Only man has to experience some shit like that when it comes to bringing life in this world. Because the fucking giraffes and the lions and the baboons, they don't get C-sections.
Right.
You know?
Right.
The fucking female gorilla, she don't go to the silverback gorilla and he tells her, oh shit, yo, we gotta cut you open, to take out my new son because you're way overdue. This is fucking madness, man.
This is Babylon.
Yeah, this is Babylon. This is the so-called white man. He's the devil.
Precept.
Yup.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
Nation of fierce confidence is the so-called white man. All right? And he doesn't regard the old or the young. You know? As soon as they came out with that jab, who's the first ones that was putting it on? The elders, man. Right? They said, oh man, they said, oh shit, they about to go anyway.
Yeah, let's speed up the process for them to check out.
Yeah. You know?
And now they got the young, they got I think you 6 months and under.
Yeah.
They can get the jab now.
Yup.
Yeah,
So this man is the devil. Yeah, these crackers are privileged, right? They got money, they got businesses, they inherited wealth from their forefathers, right? They don't even take care of their fathers and their mothers when they up in age. They send them to some goddamn nursing home.
Put them in a home.
They put them in a home.
Oh, like they put them in a nursing home where they eating them nasty ass oatmeal cookies and just staring at the screen, It's fucked up.
Yeah.
It got me nuts because I used to intern at junior high school, Brookdale Hospital. So it got me feeling like, damn, man, I don't even want to fucking grow old. Right. I was looking like I just like, damn, I don't even want to get old.
Well, first of all, you don't know how much abuse goes on in them fucking
pinching them, squeezing them, throwing cold on them.
Yeah. A lot of them old people got dementia, they got all kind of shit going on with them, so they in their right state of mind. All right? Then you got some miserable young people that are supposed to be attention to them, that got good patience to deal with them. So they wind up beating these old people up, torturing these people in these nursing homes, man.
Let them sit in their own urine for days.
Yup.
Don't wash them.
Don't wash them.
And that urine is like acidic.
Yeah.
It tears the skin off because urine turns into ammonia. Mm-hmm. All right? That's what it turns into.
You got some little young chick that's hot in the pants, jonesing on the phone, setting up a date with her boo, while she at work, supposed to be watching some old person, but she all into the conversation, and the fucking old person strays off and get lost. This is somebody's fucking mama. This is somebody's grandmother. This is madness, man.
Old people
she all hot in the pants, talking all kind of shit on the phone about what she trying to get it in, right, and all of that. So she going deep in the conversation. Next thing you know, fucking grandma turned the corner and went somewhere, and she's gone now.
Don't forget, what's the third or second stage of Alzheimer's? When a person forgets the Alzheimer's, the dementia where they get violent, when they fight. I heard stories where this one family came to check their family member. They had a fucking handprint. They had a handprint on their face. Because the old people forget shit and then they start. One of the workers got mad. Yeah, they got that retarded stroke too. To where, they dead on me that them protesting that man. They dead on you and you might feel like Texas.
Hey, threat. They don't know who you are.
They had to strap him to the fucking bed. Yeah. Because he bit the shit out of my sister. My sister take care of him. Damn. He ripped the flesh off of her, man. Wow. Like, he bit her. Skin grab. Yeah. That's how bad he bit her.
But the whole point is, what kind of society is this?
A rough society.
A nation of affairs countenance that didn't regard old or young. That's the so-called white man. Yeah. All right.
They put everybody to sleep.
Yeah, it's talking about our people. Yeah. What happened to our people going into captivity?
That's right.
All right. But this devil's in power, man. Yeah. He don't even care about his elderly. This man gotta go, man.
Yep. I got something for you right there. Which this is talking about ancient Babylon, but we can apply it to here. This is second, because it's gonna happen again. It happened before, because when they came and conquered this place, the same thing took place again. This Second Chronicles 36:17. It says, therefore he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees. Because remember, America is a reincarnation of Babylon, modern Babylon, because of the traditions that it holds. Who slew the young man with the sword, the Jake that just got shot. It says shot 90 times.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's accurate. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
How the fuck you shoot somebody 90 times? Right?
That's OD.
That's OD. That's OD. Who slew the young man with the sword in the house of the sanctuary. Who slew the young man and with the sword in the house of the sanctuary, and had no compassion upon the young man or maiden or old man or him that stooped for them. He gave them all into his hand. So the white man's not gonna pity. Even when you go into, really is the Most High that having pity.
Right.
When you go into Ezekiel 94, you get Ezekiel 94?
Yeah, sure.
When you go to Ezekiel 94, it says what? Say old and young, both maiden and little children. Anything that happens because it's through the
Lord,
Lord doing it. Because remember, the Most High works in what? Left hand, and He works in the right hand. Remember, Esau's the sword on the left hand.
That's right.
The angels are the sword on the right hand. We're the sword on the right hand. So the Most High is going to bring judgment through either avenues, man.
Yeah.
Because most of our people ain't doing right. You had a nigga get shot. We used it to our advantage, but that nigga wasn't doing right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if he was doing serving the Lord, then he's a martyr. Then you could say, all right, this person was doing what's right. And he got, that's right. He died honorably for doing what's right in the eyes of the Lord, speaking the word of the Lord. But man, average Jake you meet, them niggas ain't doing right. We don't know this nigga that got shot 90 times.
Yeah.
You don't know who woman you
Also,
sleeping with.
it was his judgment.
It was his judgment. You don't know who woman you sleeping with, what grimy shit he was doing. Because most of our people are fucking grimy. Like you said, which I held it, I didn't read it because it passed, but I'm reading it now again. It said, we have taught the wicked that way. Why is that way? To seek wealth. Therefore, they have taught the wicked that ways. So our people, they don't want to hear the truth, man. They don't want to hear
They
this.
don't have no delight in it.
Because they don't profit from now. What's it gonna do for me now? Is it gonna make me money? Is it gonna give me more bitches? The truth don't come with more bitches. I don't know if people told motherfuckers that. Unless you with these other camps. These other camps probably, you know what I'm saying, because they're doing bullshit. You know? But when it comes to the real teaching the truth, it come with you wanted bitches running from you.
Right.
Because why? You teaching the truth.
Exactly.
And women are not about the truth.
Right.
That's what it said when in the book of Sirach, second chapter, it said when you come to serve the Lord, prepare that
So,
temple
for
for
temptation.
temptation.
We're just talking about that outside.
Well, you become a different man anyway.
Yeah.
You become a different man once you get in this truth, man. You ain't really focused on bitches, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
If anything, you stay away from certain women.
Yeah.
Right.
Because as
There's
men,
distraction.
this becomes because you start to become a real man. Once
Right.
you get in this truth, and real men ain't about playing games, man.
Right.
These fucking hoes, they all about playing games, man.
Yeah.
All right, real men are straightforward. We know what we know what we require. All right, and we ain't gotta be fucking catering to these fucking hoes, man,
right.
just to get in between their legs. You know?
That's right. Because in the kingdom, everything's gonna be on our terms.
That's right.
All right. You gonna be getting one knee, putting a ring on bitch finger. She gonna be bound before you.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right. You ain't gonna be taking her coat off. They gonna be taking your robe off, your coat off. They gonna be catering to you.
Yeah, cause you got stupid niggas that like that shit, man. You know, playing games with playing games with these hoes, the challenge of trying to get in between our legs. Yeah, exactly. You know, you got morons that's really into that shit, man. It's a craft to them.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Fuck out of
You
here.
know?
You was born an Israelite in hell. What more of a challenge you need?
Exactly.
Niggas, Jake is bugged out, man. Somewhere in their mind, they think, oh yeah, I'm a pimp.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm the man.
Yeah. You know, I'm coming. I can talk a charm my way.
Mac attack.
Yeah. All that bullshit, man.
This is Jeremiah 2 verse 33. It says, why trimmest that way to see you? Because you can mold yourself, Eddie. You can mold yourself to fit the white man's society. But he's still gonna get you like a nigga. You trim your way to see blood. You're gonna fix yourself, you're gonna talk in a certain tone, all right, dress in a certain fashion to get the approval, which while you're supposed to be getting approval of the Most High.
Yeah,
Right.
these niggas that go to court for these cases, man. They call that monkey suit.
Right.
You was a baggy jean wearing nigga with your pants hanging off your ass with an extra large t-shirt with a fucking bandana or a do-rag.
And now you got an S-curl in the fucking
Yeah.
suit.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you think shit's
Yeah.
Brothers,
Yeah.
brothers.
Look on,
look
Yeah.
at R.
he
Kelly.
ain't coming in with no.
No rain.
Wants ratings.
Standing for that blue-eyed judge on your best behavior, man.
Exactly.
Because that's your God.
Yeah.
That's your judge. He's sitting in the judgment seat.
That ain't the real you.
That's why it's 12
Tyrone.
Tyrone in the judge.
On the fucking corner talking super ignorantly. Man. Ready to walk by you.
All of a sudden, he become an intellectual.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Now,
He
yes.
become articulate. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this nigga's, we know this nigga's that smart.
Yeah.
Now it's yes sir, yes sir.
Wait, man, I see the fucking murder. You fucking lying. You a fucking OG. Now you asking and the people
That
that
nigga talk articulately. Get the fuck out of here, man. What a joke, man.
and
No, they
the
had
people
a nigga-
started laughing at him. Judge had to tell him to stop laughing.
Yeah.
Because when he raises his hand to use the bathroom, them niggas started laughing at
You
him.
in fucking kindergarten?
They started laughing at him. This guy, Snoop Dogg, or what? Not Snoop Dogg, Young Thug.
Young Thug. They had that nigga up in the bag like this, with the stove his head.
Yo.
Nigga was sick.
I got a quick
Let
preset.
me finish this one. While true is that way to seek love, therefore has thou also taught the wicked one that ways. That's what the scripture mentioned earlier. We taught Esau a lot of game of being fucking humble, man. But Esau's the devil on his own. Let's not get twisted. All right, but that's the most high way of fucking say you niggas ain't shit. All right, that's why there's another scripture saying your mother was a Canaanite. Your mother was in the book of Ezekiel. That's disrespectful. What's that disrespectful? You know what I'm saying? Your parents, these heathens, because you acting just like them. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau was the devil on his own right. All right.
Yeah, Revelations 3:17. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and have no need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked.
Because you don't got the truth.
That's right.
These niggas in the world, the lobby boys, the runway models. Them niggas, they got all the fucking fame and what they call fame.
Yeah.
Which some niggas is really broke.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. They may be rich to the average nigga.
They got the glitz and the glamour on camera.
Right. On camera.
Celebrities.
Them niggas going through the same shit you need to know. They baby mama fucking other dudes.
Yeah.
All that stuff, all that flashing, buying this bitch, all this shit. She's still fucking a nigga down the block. They ain't got no money.
Cause why? The curses.
The curse is clean bones. That's it.
Hey, what's the name said? What's the name he just said? What Meek Mill just said? Yo, it'll be a lot of times where somebody I know in the industry, they tell me, I find out, we screwing the same female and don't even know it.
Yeah, because y'all
And
don't
you
want to
think
know.
she exclusive.
Because you dealing with bitch and another man's leftover. First of all, that nigga's a bunny hop nigga, so he.
Yeah, these industry niggas are homos.
Yeah, they
Let's keep it 100. These guys in the industry are a bunch of chunks, man. All right, they like here it is. You know, they got the riches, they got the glitz, the glamour, and all of that. Okay, you think they getting all these fucking women? You got these women. A lot of these hoes is exposing niggas, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Or bitch, what's that dude? Fresh and Fit said it. She said all these NBA niggas and athletes are all faggots.
Yeah.
Bitch said that shit.
Because these hoes be doing something called pegging these niggas, man. All right? They be doing it, man. These rap superstars that.
And that show you women are fucking wicked.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing is wrong, but yet you still do it. That show you women are fucking wicked.
Talk about it like to experiment.
Like you saying there like, oh, you should be like, nah, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
But women do the shit anyway.
Yeah.
That show you
They
women are
wicked.
fucking wicked. You know what I'm saying? All witness is but little
to the wickedness of a woman.
Out of 1,000 women, I found not
I
one.
found out none. But they exposing you dudes.
Yeah.
Even the bitch that was on Black TV. She was saying all the post-star niggas is faggots. So she
Yeah.
says 70 or 80% of the niggas is fucking homos.
Yeah.
Is that surprising? That's not fucking
Yeah.
surprising, bro. It's not surprising. The other bitch on Fresh and Fit, she said the majority of the rappers and athletes are fucking homos, bro.
Yep.
And you can see that. What the scripture say? A show of the
their
countenance.
Bear
bear
witness
witness
against them, yep.
All right. That's why they gotta be hyper masculine.
Right.
All right. If you got some woman, you don't gotta prove your shit.
Yeah. That's why the white man can talk you into wearing a dress. Now you got the guys that's big this week in social media with the rap shit, the dude from Compton. Some nigga from Compton, man. God damn, the rapper. They was dressed like Drac. They was dressed
Oh,
like
the
Drac.
two, those,
You talking about YG?
Tigger.
YG.
Oh, niggas from Compton?
Yeah.
Both of them?
YG and Tigger.
YG from
Oh, some
Compton.
LA niggas?
No, YG from Compton.
Yeah, he from Compton.
Yeah.
The other dude, Tigger.
Yeah, because you got all the OGs from Compton that's making videos getting on them dudes, man. Like, yo, man, we don't do that shit. You represent the gang. You represent the gang.
But that's the gang
all
culture.
That is the gang
That's
culture.
the gang culture.
But you got some of the OGs, they don't want that shit out there on blast like that.
Don't expose us like that.
That's the gang bang culture.
Come on, man.
No pun intended.
Fuck that niggas, bro.
Pun intended, I mean.
So you had the white man gonna convince you to put on
Right.
a goddamn dress and a wig, but you ain't no homosexual.
Right, you wanted to do that, bro.
But then the nigga would have the nerve to say, I'm comfortable in my manhood.
I'm comfortable in my skin. Yeah, that bullshit.
That's
Fat
some
Joe
bullshit.
said that.
That is some bullshit.
Fat Joe said, I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm comfortable. What the fuck does that mean?
That sounds
Yeah, why
some
you
faggot
gotta
does that
say
mean?
it? Yeah.
That sound like some faggot shit.
If
Yeah.
you was to walk down the
Excuse
street right now with a shirt saying, I'm proud to be heterosexual, the average person say, why do you have to say that?
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But they could walk around with fucking pride shirts.
Yeah.
I walked into the Target. Who do you think the image of the queer section was? It was a Jake. It was a Jake. I don't know what the fuck he was holding. It's like a billboard, and it said queer. It had queer socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, all this shit, and it said it. It said it. I'm not fucking making this shit up. It
Yeah.
said it on the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And now, let me ask you a question to you, queer people. How many of y'all know what the fuck that means? Queer means weird. If you look up queer in the online anthem, it means weird. You're fucking weird.
Bunch of weirdos.
You're fucking weird. But they don't know that. They just think it's a term of endearment. You're saying that, but you're fucking weird. You're doing abnormal shit.
Yeah.
And you have to take a stand against the shit, man. And the scriptures are stand against it, man.
That's right. Hey, that show you, you know what I'm saying? Like if you have where it says, you know, basically the LGBT, whatever, alphabet community, if you down with that shit, man, you a fucking faggot yourself, man.
Yeah.
Anybody that
Yeah.
co-sign this shit.
And you co-sign that, you a damn homosexual yourself,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way in a true man's spirit that they gonna be with that.
Yeah.
It's no way. I got a scripture for that. This is Romans chapter 1, verse 32. It says, who know in the judgment of the Most High that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
Worthy of death, man.
Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
You doing the same, but you have pleasure in other motherfuckers doing this shit, man. Not only you do the same, but you have there's no pleasure in that, man.
No pleasure
Because
in
it's
that
gonna lead to death.
Yeah, bro.
Imagine if the Most High, when the flood came, he just saved a whole bunch of faggots.
Yes.
Or on the flip side, you just saved a whole bunch of lesbians. There'll be no humanity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They will eventually die off.
Yep.
Even if they live to be 900 years old, they're going to die off.
Yeah.
So what the fuck does that tell you? Even when you bring the animals, you bring them 2 by 2 and 7 by
Male,
7,
female.
man. Male and female. Male and female.
Which
Why?
cuts that bullshit that Esau says in science, you know, about
Animals.
yeah, queer
Well, that's
animals
some
and
shit bullshit.
asexual
Right.
animals and all that
Right.
stupid
Be
shit.
able to reproduce on itself.
Yeah.
Which they say that about seahorses, because the seahorse, a male, so-called, carries the eggs.
Right.
But the thing is, he carries the eggs, but he injects the semen into the eggs. The female puts the eggs in him.
So he don't have the eggs on his own.
No, he doesn't create fucking eggs.
Right.
But the whole point is that's a fucking seahorse. The scriptures tell you the flesh of man is right.
It's different than the
Right.
all flesh is not the same.
All flesh is not the same. Yeah.
Right.
But he's right. The point is the animal. You can't equate animals to human beings.
To human beings, but they try to use that.
Yeah.
That
Well,
asexual
yeah.
bullshit.
With the animal, they say they got
That's like a woman had just because that's like say a female woman, right? She just pops an egg out of her fucking vagina and leaves it right there on the bed, and the nigga jerks off on it, and a baby just fucking springs up out of it. That's what fish do.
Yeah.
That's what amphibians do.
That's right.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
the female deposits the egg,
Yes.
and the male comes and fertilizes with his sperm.
Yes.
That's right. For monkeys.
Oh God.
Yeah.
If you equate a monkey, you can masturbate in public. Because you go to a zoo, right?
Yeah.
They say
It's
well,
bullshit.
they say that
Bullshit
you
that
got
people
a colony of homosexual apes.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
That shit is
I know
bullshit.
that shit is bullshit. I don't have to witness it. I know it's bullshit.
Right.
But they'll try to convince people, well, you got, but they'll never show you evidence of it. They just don't know why. So then, if that's the case, if you feel the urge, you just walk up anywhere and just start stroking.
That's shit I drop. Like they trying to teach.
It's
Because they'll sit there and say you got a colony of male frogs and one of them turn female.
That's some fucking bullshit.
You know, after
That's some bullshit.
if they can't find a female frog,
So he's just magically turn
Yeah.
it. He's a morph.
Yeah, he's gonna morph to a female.
That's some,
And then frogs can do what people can do.
shows a damn the devil.
So the devil.
That's why you don't listen to this crap.
Right? What it tell you, what's that? Timothy, science, Baptist and science, so-called.
That's right.
You can't listen to the so-called white man. He's an idiot, man.
I got something. The scripture said he was created to take peace from the earth.
Correct.
So anything that he teaches is taken away from the way that the Most High intended things to be. When, like, brothers brung out play times before, when the Most High created something, it was good.
Yeah. Yep.
And it didn't have to be modified, it didn't have to be changed, it was perfect.
Yep.
Here comes Esau. No, I don't think so.
Yep.
I think this is good. But this is Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing and is witness, whether he have seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear the iniquity. So like the brother I quoted earlier, somebody got to take a stand to this bullshit that's going on in the planet Earth. And the scriptures also say, set a mark upon the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the earth. Say the Most High didn't see what was going on. This is hypothetical, right? There's 144,000 witnesses that's been witnessing what the hell is happening on earth. And they're going to tell the Most High everything that's happening, right? That was just hypothetical, So it says, through the Spirit, the men of the Lord are the ones taking the stand. The men of the Lord are calling the shit out through the Spirit. So it says, if a soul touch any unclean thing, whether it be a carcass, I'm going to read it again. And if a soul sin in the voice of swearing, and it is a witness whether he have seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. So we got to confess it. We got to call it out. We got to talk about it. No matter how much our channels get striked and taken down, how offensive it sounds. Oh, but my sister is
Crown spirit now.
my aunt is this. Oh, my brother is this. So fucking what? It ain't right.
Paul said, "Dog, you rooted in speech, not knowledge."
Woe unto offenses. Who offenses come?
Yup. Correct.
Offenses must.
That was it.
Oh. You got anything else? How long have you been? Go ahead.
This is Timothy 2:16. But shun profane, but shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness.
Senses talk without sense.
Yeah. Now read that again.
That's college.
That's America.
Yeah.
2 Timothy
That's
2:16.
That's so-called higher education in society.
Yeah.
Higher learning?
Higher learning.
Yeah. What the fuck is 12 years of school? I mean, 12 grades of school.
Yeah.
And then go to college.
Yeah.
I went to go see someone graduate. I told his brother. So the higher the valedictorian, whatever you call it.
That's what it's called, yeah.
Yeah, damn
The
near
top
perfect
motherfuckers, yeah.
grade average.
Right.
You know what the female said? She said, "I did all of these years for a handshake and a piece of paper."
Yeah.
I bust out laughing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
That's
And
right.
it was
that's what
real.
you did.
It was
You
real.
ain't get nothing after
The
this.
staff didn't even say that because I saw my freshman teacher there,
Right.
but he moved up in the board of ed.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I saw him. I was like, "Oh shit, yo, that dude taught me." You know what I'm saying?
No bullshit. School is bullshit.
It's a scam. College.
School is bullshit.
You guys are monsters, man.
Hey, it's a free man.
Yeah.
Right? Because all these different grades you gotta go up in, right? And when you graduate, 12th grade, you start moving up to college and whatever, and get your associate's degree, your master's, bachelor's, all that bullshit, right? Those are the higher degrees of Freemason at the end of the day, because when you're in the higher grades, you're supposed to know You're supposed to know what, more than what the lower grades are seeking. But they're seeking the
The
somebody learning up,
undergrads.
learning. Yeah, like you said, the undergrads.
I ain't got my
Right.
job.
Not only that, you know, college is a big scam. It keeps you in debt. You know what I'm saying? Before you even enter into the real world. You know what I'm saying? As far as you know, your career goes.
Yeah.
You know, you're already in debt.
Yeah.
So it's like you're already in the hole.
Well, that's why in school you're constantly graduating. You got kids that graduate from kindergarten.
Right.
What the fuck did he learn so deep?
Yeah.
That, you know, he graduated from kindergarten to enter first grade, right? Because that graduation shit, that shit is Masonic.
Right.
That's why the hat, the graduation cap is a square.
Yeah.
It's a square, which goes back into Freemasonry.
And then you see, if you notice, a lot of so-called wealthy people that they dropped out of college. Because they find out that college is bullshit. It only limits you to a certain, you know, where they don't look for free thinkers, man.
Yep.
Right.
They want you to be basically indoctrinated in what they want you to believe in, what they want you to think. You know?
It stunts your creativity.
Yeah.
That's why Kanye West said he got the fuck out of there.
What?
College dropout.
College dropout.
Or you say it starts as
Bill Gates
Yeah,
as well.
stunts your creativity.
Yeah. Don Peebles, the billionaire J dude, he dropped, I think he dropped out of Howard, if I'm not mistaken.
The rich dad, poor dad guy.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah, he said the hell with colleges. That's the worst debt on the planet Earth. Student loan debt.
Yeah.
It's a Masonic method, man. Graduate kindergarten to first grade, graduate from first grade to fourth grade, right? Graduate from fifth grade to go to sixth grade to start middle school. Finish middle school, you in eighth grade, you become a graduate just to go to fucking high school. It's all these different degrees of education.
And guess what?
Which is the same thing in the world of Freemasonry. Right? You keep going to higher degrees. It's the same bullshit, man. It's the same bullshit, right? All you need to look, like what you always say, is basic education, math and fucking reading and writing, pretty much. That's it. All that other shit is irrelevant. It becomes another man's opinion and philosophy and learning a bunch of theories, theoretical bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, theoretical, which don't mean it's real.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it means. It's opinion.
Yeah, you was reading, yo.
That's it.
Okay, all right. I mean, read it again just so.
Yeah, we left off that.
This is 2 Timothy 2:16. But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness.
Hey, that's why the spirit had it where I never really liked school, man.
Me either.
I ain't never liked school.
Me either.
You sit there and listen to the white man talk his bullshit.
I ain't like school, I ain't like church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you go to school and learn how great the white man is. That's all that shit is about.
Programming.
Yeah.
To be subservient.
To be subservient, yeah.
You ain't shit, you a monkey that came from here.
From Africa.
And we helped you walk upright.
Yeah. We civilized you.
We civilized you. And we the greatest thing God ever created.
Yo.
That's what it is.
That's basically, that's school.
That's
School. That's school in a
That's
nutshell.
cool. That's why the white boys walk with their chests up and
Yeah.
niggas walk with their shoulders down.
Yo.
This is a sign of fucking low self-esteem. Your shoulders hunch, you fucked up. The white man walking around based off of lies.
Yeah.
That's why our job is to get the scripture, turn down strongholds.
Yeah, right.
Our job is to tell
So-called Black history, but they say,
Yeah. Martin nigga.
you made Peter.
peanut butter. You know how much, how much George Washington he did more than that. That's all they did, nigga, is peanut butter.
Yeah.
If you knew how much shit he did, bro.
Fucked up.
If you knew how much shit he did, it would be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, I say he just
There's
peanut
no,
butter.
they made no accountability.
And you know what happened with him, right? He was adopted by white people.
Skippy and Chip.
He was adopted white people. They show you how white people think, and they think like this is good. They're afraid that castrated.
Because he had that fucked up voice, right?
Because if you hear the voice, he has a high pitched voice to the point people back then thought he was a faggot. Because they castrated him.
Damn.
Because they was afraid, said, you know what, we're going to keep him from sleeping with our kids.
That's wicked.
Because they adopted him. That's just the white man. See, the white man think in terms of doing it. That's why he was his daughter.
Yeah.
That's how the white man sees you. He sees like, yo, this nigga's trying to fuck my kid. But guess what? Because they know what they did.
Yeah,
Right.
That lustful spirit is their spirit.
Right.
And it's gonna come a time we're gonna retaliate. We're gonna
That's
take
right.
your daughters.
Yup.
Ain't nothing you're gonna do to stop us from taking your daughters.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Double.
You know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna do it because we're in love with them or for
Nope.
affection.
Nah,
We're gonna do
it's a method of vengeance.
It's a method
It's a
of
method of
vengeance.
vengeance. 'Cause right now, your daughters is giving it up any fucking
Yeah,
way.
they're giving up.
Yeah.
Niggas is winning right now because of white
They
women.
realize how much of a homo you are, so they run into the black man.
Exactly.
You 100%
So
from
pretty
fact.
much, when you see them, you can just be like,
But see, the time is gonna come where we gonna take it from your daughters.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna overpower your daughters and take
As a
it
form of vengeance.
as a
man.
form of vengeance.
Because once the kingdom established, you think
Yeah.
any woman outside the Israelite woman is gonna compare?
Exactly.
You can, no matter what you can remember, as much as we get on them because they deserve it, they're
Right.
still the Most High's
Oh,
daughters.
that's
The
right.
Most High's gonna hook them up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no heathen woman is gonna compare to an Israelite woman in the
Oh
kingdom.
no.
So how the fuck you gonna desire her more than an Israelite woman?
Exactly.
Unlike how the white man desired the black woman more than the black woman during slavery.
Yep.
Right.
Y'all ain't gonna talk about that. If you white women so fucking great, why the fuck the white man was creeping
Yeah.
and wanted her more than he wanted you?
That woman got pig skin, man. Pale bitch.
After a certain age,
Yeah.
Disgusting.
it's disgusting.
You got that rubber.
Shit just looks.
That's why I'm 13 and good, like KRS One said.
Nobody talks about that song.
Right. The other day,
Which one?
don't matter, just don't bite it.
Oh,
That's right. But he was talking about a 14-year-old girl
right,
that was the preacher's daughter,
right.
and dudes bring they take her.
See,
That's
yeah.
NWA. And you can listen to the audio on YouTube. And it don't check your age or nothing. Ain't no age restriction or nothing on that song. Yeah.
Restricted. Age restricted.
Yeah. It's suitable for children.
Yo.
no. 2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
Going out there literally beating these fucking crackers up, man. You know? Right? We ain't looking for the Rockefeller's address so we run up in his house and choke him up and beat the living shit out of him, man. You know? How we getting back at the elites of this society? Tearing down all the fucking lies that they put out there, man.
That's right.
And that's all through the spirit, through the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
And that's what they hate. That's why they keep deleting brothers' videos and give us hell just to try to upload our videos and such, you know, lie on the subscribers and the views and all of that bullshit, right? Brothers gotta keep making new channels and this, that, and the third, man. That's because we're doing our job.
That's right.
You know, we're doing something right. Tearing down the so-called white man's strongholds. What's keeping the so-called white man in a position of strength and power is all them fucking lies he perpetuated, man. All right, all them lies he perpetuated. That's why the so-called black man looks down on himself and he hates himself, man. But the so-called white man lied and talked and you know, we're just one step up from of the tree of evolution.
Right.
One step above being an ape. Right? You fucking crackers are going down, man. You're going into captivity, you're going into slavery, your society is crumbling and it's collapsing. You coming out and Israel is going to be the next one, man. You know? That's it on that. Anybody else got any closing comments? Right? Well, then we're going to end it on that note, man. You know, hopefully you brothers were edified. We're going to say shalom to you brothers out there, man. Shalom, Akim. Lord willing, we'll see you on the next one.
Shalom.
Shalom.
From Yasha Allah.
Boom, yashala.
Shalom.